Welcome to the Morning Talk with LENORA. Morning Talk. Morning Talk with LENORA.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Talk with LENORA. I'm so, I guess the word is stoked, hype, or whatever, because I can tell it's spring. I went out on my porch on yesterday, just briefly, and it was so warm, the feeling the sun on my skin, absorbing into my bones, that vitamin D felt so good. But then when I was out there, I could smell honeysuckle. I live in the South, and that's a normal thing. Like during the summertime, especially when Saturdays when you had to cut the grass, that you would smell honeysuckle. But it was so nice to smell it, and I saw a hummingbird. Now I have to tell you, I never knew hummingbirds existed until I saw Ray, and he was talking to Kerry Washington, who played his wife, about about hearing the hummingbirds. So I don't think I knew they existed. They just like big bugs to me. But I saw one, and I'm like, wow. I know we've had a pretty weird long winter. So I'm sure, I know a lot of other people here in the country have. So to actually see remnants of the change of season. We go by the calendar about what date is supposed to be spring and whatever. But, we don't run nothing. It's all about God, Mother Earth. They do their own thing. I always, I can't tell you that I'm an expert on dimensions and such. But I always had this weird thought that how trees grow and their leaves fall off and all sort of stuff. I always had this weird thing that that they're moving and doing stuff, but we can't see it because they're in a different time zone, a different dimension. Because we're in our own, because we're humans. So trees are out there, hanging out and living and growing, but we can't see them. I know that's weird, but that's what, that's one of the things I spend my life thinking about. Because there's so much wonder in the world. Today, my feeling and my theme today is I have myasthenia, but myasthenia doesn't have me. So I'm all pinked out. If you watch me, when I pull out my ears, that's a happy thing. I got ear hats. Because it's just, I do it because I like it. And that's what being free is about. It's expressing yourself. And I'm learning how to do the things that make me happy. I had this one thought in my mind before that, you can't please everybody. You can't please people. Even if you're nice to people, there's somebody that's not going to like you for some reason. If you try to, bend over backwards, there's people, they got their reasons. So I decided, I'm still going to be nice to people, but I'm not going to spend my life worrying about them liking me. So, one way, okay, I don't know how to have, good etiquette, so that was something real. So anyway, one way I did is to express myself in wearing things that I like, that make me happy. Because you know what, I know somebody's saying something crazy about them right now, but I don't care. Because I don't. That's not to be having an attitude to be, but I appreciate your opinion. Everybody's entitled to theirs. And if you don't, it's okay. I'm okay with that. But, it's about my happiness right this second. So I'm not doing anything to harm anyone, but it does make me happy in what I do right now. So this is one of my happy things. I did go to the doctor, which, I did my little video, and I have, I don't know about everybody else, but every time I have to go for a test to test something, I don't want to go. Because, I don't want any more of that, I feel good, so I must be doing good. And that's the wrap. That's it for me. But anyway, I'm going to go. I got a lot of work and stuff. But I I just feel so ready to, with this change, and how Mother Earth wanted to bring spring upon us. It's here when she was ready. Like most women, we do things, we're fickle, and we change our mind if we want to. So she's changed her mind a couple of times, but I think here in South Carolina, I think she's letting us have spring now. So it's really nice. I went out and everything, and I went out for a little while, but then I went out again. It felt so good to be out there that I didn't want to come back in the house. So I welcome spring. And one of the things that spring brings is change and revitalization. And so for me, it's a strange thing, but it's just something that, kind of came upon me, epiphany or whatever you want to call it. I know that I live alone. And I know, I have people nearby, I know everything, but it's a mindset too. Which the mindset is when you're living single, that hey, I'm back. I do have interruptions, so I was talking about the mindset or I was saying the epiphany that, it just hit me. I go, I live alone. And you know what that, it's because I said it like that because I had ideals. I had thoughts of where I was going to be, what I was going to be doing at a certain age, how I was going to be living, and it didn't turn out like that. So that was me saying, so this, it's just me right this second. But what it really means is I can do anything I want. I can go when I want. I can come when I want. I can do this when I want. And that's kind of freaking cool. I know, right? That's what came to me. That I can do what I want. Far as I can fix this camera when I want. Like that. I can do that. I can't. So it's like, you have these growth periods. That was a growth thing where I grew a little bit right there. And, there's also do you have deja vus? I know I had a friend who told me once that a deja vu, and everybody can say, I'm just telling you my version of this, okay? Someone told me that a deja vu was an indication that you're heading in the right direction. Now, that was interesting to me. So I was like, okay. So when I was in nursing school, I went to nursing school in 1991. I went to a hospital nursing school, and our session was for 1 year. It was practical nursing school. We went for 1 year, and the year was structured. The first 6 months was purely academic. The second 6 months was all practical. We did, we were out in the field, and it's a private nursing school here in South Carolina, and I got a very good education. It was filled with tradition, as nursing is, and I'm going to share some of my paraphernalia with you in this video. I would like to light some stuff from my nursing hat. You should see me in it with my my nursing hair, and I'm gonna pull all those things out for you so you can see my traditional nursing school. But the story was when we went to was after we finished the complete nursing course. You have to take your boards, your nursing boards. So back when I did it, it was actually handwritten, and we went out of town, and it was a 2-day process, and we went to the hotel. So I shared a room with two other of my friends in nursing school, and it was very serious. We had what they call proctors. We went in, you couldn't bring anything. They even provided you with pencils. And they would walk around and look over your shoulder. When you went to the bathroom, they would go with you to the bathroom. I mean, it was a big deal. And then, so we got our first test, the first day of testing over. And basically, everybody wanted to go get drunk. And it was a good, I mean, hey, it was stressful enough. I don't think I got drunk though. But anyway, it was very stressful. And so the next morning we got up to get ready, and there were two really cool girls that I shared a room with. Well, one of them started to like freak out. The pressure got to her. And, so, she was getting really freaked out. So I was like, and we went to eat breakfast. So we're sitting in the booth, right? And I'm still trying to calm her. And I said to her, I said, you know what? I said her name, and I'm going to say it now. But I said to her, I said, you know what? Just answer the answers like a nurse. For the last year, I would talk, because, I had a journalism background. I had a liberal arts background. I never worked in a hospital. I never been a CNA. I never did any of that stuff. I wrote poems. I took pictures. I was not, I didn't do hospital stuff. So it was a whole new thought process for me. Because actually the hardest course for me was fundamentals, believe it or not. Because, with fundamentals, you're going to do it one way. It's like you do things like this. And I already thought of a million different ways to do it that could even be better. But, the rule was, so, I had a hard time fundamentals. So anyway, so when I told her, I said, just think like a nurse. And, it made a lot of sense to her. But at that moment, I had a deja vu. I was like, that moment, I had been in that same spot before. So, okay, all kind of theories, and, everybody, you could think of, but what I did was, okay, so that was like over 25 years, over 27 years ago. So I did leave out the part that I never aspired to be a nurse. So that kind of came my way, and it became challenging, and I ended up being a nurse. It grew on me, over the years, it grew on me. But all in all, being a nurse was awesome. I mean, it's just an awesome profession. It is. It's just one of the ultimate ways that you actually can assist humanity and, help people. And, it's just so satisfying and, here. So I'm honored to be one of the people. I want to call myself a nurse. It is an honor. And I was thoroughly blessed by it. And the fact also that I had no idea that years later I'd been diagnosed with this illness. So the nursing knowledge and the ability to obtain knowledge that I got from being a nurse, medical knowledge, was that's my word, it was uber important when I became ill. So my nursing background has helped tremendously. I'm not a doctor, and I am a patient, because always say nurses make the worst patient, or medical people make the worst patients. And I know why too. I hear that, but because sometimes, I know I did. I tried to fix my problems. I tried to research, and I tried to apply my nursing knowledge, the ability to do this. And, when you, at some point, you have to say, give it up. And I remembered doing the last crisis session for me, and the last, coming off of this really bad crisis that I had, that I remember the point when I had to give it up to God, who brought an awesome nurse into my life. And she I mean, she was just perfect for me because I had become angry. I had become bitter. You know, things weren't moving for me, but she dealt with my attitude at the time, and she gave me what I needed as a nurse because I needed someone who was like me in nursing, and I know new nurses understand that. You know, y'all understand that. She, because I always try to give my best to my patients, follow through and be consistent, and make sure that they can depend on me to take care of them. That was my goal as a nurse. You know, I just wanted to treat people like I wanted to be treated. Well, I was blessed to end up with a nurse who practiced that same type of nursing. And when she did that, she allowed me to be a patient. And I thought I was going to make this about having MG not having me. No, this is definitely about nurses being the most difficult patients. And my take on why we're difficult. And I just figured it out along the way. So, is that an epiphany or a deja vu? Well, let's think about that for next time. But I have enjoyed speaking to y'all. Y'all have a good day. And I'm going to keep, like my dad said, I'm going to keeping on. You know, only dad said corny stuff like that. Bye, Daddy. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.
So y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel and like it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to answer them.